everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Gibson from Kaleidoscopes and Polka Dots, and today I am doing my top 5 favorite audiobooks that I listened to in 2015. I know, a lot of people don't necessarily do this, but I listen to a lot of Audible, and I think that as I've listened to it, I've become quite a critic with regard to narrators. I think that they can definitely make or break your reading experience, and I definitely think that these narrators really nailed it for the stories I'm about to go over, so let's get started. At the beginning of the year, I listened to Pride and Prejudice. I love Pride and Prejudice. I think it is just such a brilliant story. It's a story about loyalty, love, and all the things that you have to go through for in the name of love. I thought that the story on its own was just lovely, but then I listened to the audiobook and that blew me away. It was narrated by Kate Reading, the version that I picked up. By the way, there's like a ton of different versions. I didn't even realize that I have already 2 different versions on Audible. Kate she has a British accent, and she definitely knows how to characterize Miss Bennet.
But I hope you will get over it, and live to see many young men of 4,000 a year come into the neighborhood. It will be no use to us if 20 such should come, since you will not visit them. Depend upon it, my dear, that when there are 20, I will visit them all.
It made the story so funny and so lively, and it was like fangirling over the same book that I love and have loved for ages now with somebody else because they're reading it to me. It was so awesome. I really encourage you to try out Kate Reading's version of Pride and Prejudice. Following that, I listened to Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson, narrated by Dylan Baker. It was amazing. It was so, okay, I shouldn't say it was amazing. It was amazing, but it didn't start off amazing. I think I purchased the book without really listening to the narration, and I think that was a positive in the end, but at first I was like, oh, the narrator, he's not engaging, he's not interesting. But really, this is a nonfiction book, and I think he definitely created the proper tone for this book. It's kind of somber but playful when it needs to be, and it was gripping. In the end, I couldn't get enough.
His persistence baffled me. He was known to guard his privacy, and I had no reason to believe that he'd ever read any of my books. Maybe someday, I continued to say. But in 2009, his wife, Lorene Powell, said bluntly, "If you're ever going to do a book on Steve, you'd better do it now."
So good. From the Lisa to Steve Jobs' love for Bob Dylan to falling in love and not falling in love, and then, you know, finding the woman that works for him. Not necessarily the most passionate relationship that he ever had, but definitely one of the best relationships that he could have ever hoped for. The next book that I really enjoyed listening to was The Rosy Project by Graeme Simsion. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name. I will write it somewhere. But it's narrated by Dan O'Grady, who is an actor, a British actor, who, so, a lot of people don't really care for Don Tillman. They don't care for Don Tillman's robotic nature, his lackluster personality. He's kind of like a Sheldon Cooper, the British version. Very sexy. I love Sheldon Cooper. I kind of have nothing. Anyway, he made Don Tillman so robotic but endearing and humorous, and I don't think that I could have brought it to life on my own had it not been for Dan O'Grady.
I am 39 years old, tall, fit and intelligent, with a relatively high status and above average income as an associate professor. Logically, I should be attractive to a wide range of women. In the animal kingdom, I would succeed in reproducing.
The next book that I just couldn't get enough of and was just on my phone listening to nonstop from the get-go was Roxane Gay's Bad Feminist. I loved it. Oh, I'm going to butcher this name again. Her name is Bahni Turpin, but it's like Bahni Turpin. Anyway, whatever. Bahni Turpin did such a wonderful job. She is passionate and raw, and her delivery of everything was just so gripping. I didn't necessarily agree with all of Roxane Gay's points of views, but I definitely loved every single second of the narration.
I openly embrace the label of bad feminist. I do so because I am flawed and human. I am not terribly well versed in feminist history. I am not as well read in key feminist texts as I would like to be. I have certain interests and personality traits and opinions that may not fall in line with mainstream feminism.
Bad Feminist is just one of the many essays within the book, by the way. It's not completely about feminism. It's not an explanation about feminism. It's just one of the many essays in there. It's definitely very personal. It's more like kind of like a memoir. Anyway, I really, really loved this compilation of essays. I find that books that are in essay format are very inspirational for a blogger, because sometimes I get, it's not Tiffany from Tiffany D Makeup, I think is her name. She said something and she posted this video and I really loved it. It was about her resolutions and her year-end wrap-up. Anyway, she says that's something that really rung true to me. Sometimes my blog posts and my videos seem to overlap. So they kind of just don't make sense. And it kind of annoys me to look back and see those posts. I won't take them down because I just hate to delete and even get rid of stuff in general. But at least it shows me my progression and my development. And so now I'm trying to create things that I think will be inspirational and different for my blog. I'm focusing more on an essay type format of whatever topic sprung up from editing this footage right here. Anyway, and I think that is a better way of doing it. Maybe one day, who knows, I can put together my own set of essays and put it all in a book. Goals. Okay. Anyways, definitely pick up that book. The last one, again, this one is not just one book, but a whole trilogy. It is Deborah Harkman's Harkness, The Discovery of Witches trilogy. Oh, it is narrated by the queen of narration, Jennifer Ikeda.
Shock passed over Matthew's face before his lips curved into an affectionate smile. Where are you in truth, my own sweet Matt? The man held a page up to the light. In a flash, Matthew's eyes narrowed, indulgence replaced by displeasure. Looking for something, Kit?
I love her. I love her. I wish I could be her and have that talent to manipulate my voice up and down. Make slithery voices and
weird voices that make you think, what is going on here? I don't know.
I definitely caught myself reading out loud a lot more after reading her books or listening to her books, because I want to do that one day. Okay guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you very, very soon. Bye.